As we come to the end of this full week of learning, or maybe even just a full week of living your life, allow yourself to rest and soften into the support of the floor. You can observe the soft and quiet presence of your breathing. Take a moment to sense the stillness and allow your mind to quiet. Trust that your learning experiences this week are in your body and will show up again in the form of new awareness and curiosity. You are free from trying to figure anything out or trying to do anything right. Allow your mind to truly rest and trust in your body's wisdom. Experience the gentle length out through your arms as you slowly slide them along the length of the floor. Allow your arms to truly rest in their length. Now experience the gentle length out through your legs as you slowly slide them along the floor. And let them truly rest in their length. As you sense the outward length of your arms and your legs, imagine the energy through the length of your spine moving up and out the crown of your head. Imagine your shoulders easing away from each other and begin to sense the impression you're making on the floor with your whole body. Observe the soft and quiet presence of your breathing. As you feel that impression of your body, if your eyes are closed, open them and begin to experience the room you are in. At the same time, you're sensing your body contact the floor. As we continue through this constructive rest, begin to notice if you have the desire to close your eyes. If you do it consciously. And then you can choose to open them again. You can play with this dance of allowing them to open and allowing them to close. And just observe how it influences your presence. So take a moment now to sense your awareness in your right heel. And slowly slide it back towards your body so that your knee balances up towards the ceiling. And your foot comes to the floor with an even contact. Now, send your awareness to your left heel. Slowly slide it back towards your body so that your knee releases up towards the ceiling and allowing your foot to also have an even contact with the floor. Both feet are evenly touching the floor, and both knees are balancing lightly up to the ceiling. Could you imagine your knees playfully shooting stars up there into the ceiling space, or perhaps a beam of light? And as you do, can you allow your low back to release into the span of your whole back, lengthening and widening? Observe the soft and quiet presence of your breathing. Now, enliven your awareness through your right hand and fingers. You might notice that to get to your fingers, you have to go through your arm. Allow the fingers to lead the hand to rest up on the torso, wherever is comfortable for you. That could be at the pelvis, or the chest, or at your waist. And just let it rest. Now enliven your awareness through your left hand and fingers. Again, knowing that you go through the length of the arm to get there. And allow the fingers to lead the hand to rest on the torso, wherever is comfortable. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. One hand could be one place, the other hand could be the other. Now, I invite you to sense your two hands making contact with the torso, and if possible, sense your 2 feet making contact with the floor at the same time. And what would happen if you send a beautiful thought through the length of your spine, moving across the floor, through the length of your neck and out the crown of your head? And observe the soft and quiet presence of your breathing. As you shift into this present moment, I invite you once again to feel the floor touching your whole back, including the back of your head, under your feet, along the back of your arms and your elbows. Begin to tune into the sounds around you, both near and far. And witness the quiet and gentle movement inside your body of your breathing. That quiet and gentle movement of your life force, letting you know that you are indeed living. Allow your body to respond to these words. Allow my neck to be free, so that my head releases forward and up on the spine, to allow my back to lengthen and widen. Allow the wisdom of your body to hear the words whether they're F.M. Alexander's words or the words I'm saying. Allow them to wash over you like a shower, like an inner knowing that that is your actual truth of being in a balanced and connected state. Now, I invite you to allow a slow and steady exhale out your mouth. And allow the lips to close to let the air return in through your nose. And on the next out breath, slowly deliver a whispered ah out your mouth. And if you don't know what that is, it really doesn't matter. You can respond to the words, whispering of an ah. And when you sense you're at the end of the exhale, allow your lips to close, to let the air return in through your nose, and repeat the whispered ah again. Play with this cycle of giving the breath out through the whispered ah, without pushing, and receiving the air in through your nose without pulling. Several more times, all in your own timing. Each breath is different from the other, and we can release any expectations of how long they should be. Listen to what feels easy and effortless. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Lips close. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Lips close. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now take a rest and just connect with any sensations you might be experiencing. Now, in a very simplified way, I invite you to imagine your back as having 4 breathable corners. 2 corners at your shoulders and 2 corners at the wide base of your pelvis and hips. Now this time, I invite you to just experiment with this with a quiet, natural breathing through your nose. And begin to imagine that when the air comes in, the 4 corners of your back softly expand away from each other. Basically, we're witnessing our breath like we might witness a newborn baby in a crib. We're not making any demands on anything, but we are observing with a certain curiosity so that when the air comes in, you can begin to imagine those 4 corners softly expanding away from each other. So allow yourself some time to experiment with that, knowing that we're not pushing or we're not pulling, but we're being curious. You might be wondering what the thought might be when the air comes out. And let's say that when the air comes out, we also imagine a kind of expansion. But imagine this expansion moving up through your spine and out the crown of your head, like a fountain of awareness that's filling the space around you. So again, let this be a quiet, natural breath in and out through your nose without any demands being made, but that you are playing with your imagination and being curious about how that might influence you. So as the air comes out, we're imagining an energy moving up your spine and out the crown of your head, filling the space around you. And when the air comes in, there's an expansion inside your body, filling and moving softly and gently the four corners of your back. And give yourself some time to play with these two thoughts. And usually the front of our body doesn't have any problem moving with the breath. The back kind of gets left out. So I trust that your belly is soft and allowing, your ribs are allowing the movement. And if you feel like experimenting now with these two wishes of allowing the breath out, imagining an energy moving up the spine and out the crown of the head, expanding into the room. And when the air comes in, imagining the four corners of your back expanding or releasing away from each other. You could imagine doing this with the whispered ah, which is going to slow the breath down a bit and allow for perhaps a bigger expansion because the breath is moving in a fuller way than just our quiet breathing. So again, I'll give you some time to experiment with that with the whispered ah, or you can just remain connected with that quiet, natural breathing through the nose. If your eyes have opened or closed, just know that you always have the option to consciously choose what you would like in the moment. And go ahead and allow this practice or this experiment to rest. And bring your awareness once again to your two hands and your 2 feet at the floor and at your body. Bring your awareness into the knowing that you have a long spine moving up through the center of your body, connecting through the length of your neck, all the way up behind your nose and in between your ears. And allow that awareness to continue to move out the crown of your head into the space above your head. And I'd like to read you a poem that I wrote that I'd like to share at the end of the constructive rest. Lie back and rest in your waking. Feel the earth cradle you and ease your breathing. Bring the light of the sun into your heart as you expand into your knowing. There's a pattern of release in us that grows up from the ground like a rose, up through the sky towards the sun, radiating in all directions, blooming over and over again, love unfolding.